You a little bit about his homeland, maybe? Are you going to talk about your homeland? Probably. I don't know. He's Irish, and that means like there's a 25% chance that he's sober. Don't count on it. All right, so he's already drunk. So I want you guys to put your hands together for James, everyone.
Let's give applause, first of all, to the first half. We had Julius, we had Sasha, we had Marius. I like you guys already. This is going well. So, this is my second time doing stand-up. Were any of you guys here for the first time I was here, about a month ago? Alright, that's great that you're out supporting open mic nights. Love you guys for that. Kind of sucks that I now have to come up with new jokes and can't use what I had last time, but we'll work with what we've got. So, yeah, it's my second time on stage. I'll need to make something up new. What's happened since the last time I was on stage? Well, I had my first year marriage anniversary. Honestly, I was only expecting my wife to really cheer for that, so I love you guys for that. That is great. My lovely wife is here in the audience. She's here mainly to make sure I don't make jokes about her.
True.
Little does she know, I'm going to finish at one that she's not going to like, so keep an eye out for that. It's a good one. But yeah, it's my second time up here on stage. It's my first year wedding anniversary. Is anyone here married in the crew? No married. You're all living in sin. I see some hands in there. But for the most part, you're all living in sin. It's alright, that's alright. Well, let me tell you about my situation, and maybe it'll entice some of you guys to go that way. You never know. So, I have been married a year, and marriage is great. I say that not because my wife is in the audience. I say that because it's made me think about what makes for a good relationship. And I'm in a situation where I look at it, and what is a good relationship? It's something that lets you hold a mirror up to yourself. I mean, when you get married, when you share your life with someone, you hold a mirror up. You look at what's all the weird stuff that you do and how someone else sees it. That fresh eyes on who you actually are. And I have nothing better to show that off than actually how I show my life off to her. So I got to introduce my wife to some of my culture recently. In the last month, my grandmother died. So I got to show off an Irish funeral.
Oh,
that's okay. I appreciate the awe. I think I may have been partially responsible. So she died about 3 weeks ago. My last comedy show when I was up here was about a month ago. I think she may have seen a recording of me. Just went, yeah, we don't talk about that. But what's an Irish funeral? What does that entail? What is it? So I've heard you guys go in for the kissing of the corpse for all the locals here. That's a thing. Yeah, well, we don't do that. We do some slightly different. We get very, very drunk and we tell stories to each other. It's a nice tradition. It's a good one to have. I'd recommend it for anyone in the audience. So we tell a lot of stories. And when I was home with my wife recently, we had a story of my grandmother, and one of the stories was her passing. So she went about 3:30 in the morning, and about 10 minutes later, there was lightning over Dublin, and it struck the top of the chimneys of the power plant there. Now, my granddad actually he was the engineer for that power plant, so he designed and built those chimneys. We call them Granddad's chimneys in my family. The family came up with a lovely thing. They said, oh, that's Granddad. My granddad did pass already. He went about 60, so he went about 25 years ago. And the whole family, they got together and said, that was Granddad coming down. He'd been waiting up in heaven all this time. And when Grand passed, within 5 minutes, lightning came down and struck his chimneys. That was him showing the way to her to heaven. It's beautiful. It's lovely. It's a weather phenomenon, but they took it. I think what my might have actually been the case was Granny went up to heaven, found Grandad balls deep in an angel, and went, what the fuck, and struck his dick. He was a charming man, my Grandad, incidentally, so that might have been what was going on there. But it is what it is. So stories are very important to us, and that kind of led me on to the cultural exchange. What do you swap between each other? When you're bringing someone in, when you find your person, how do you bring them in and show them your world, the story? How do you exchange culture? And cultural exchange between Irish and Lithuanians is very, very easy. We have a lot in common. We've got the food. We've got the drinking problems. We've got the very high suicide rate. And we've had a large empire next door to us who's fucked us over throughout history. So, you will ease yourself in right away. So if there's any single Lithuanian men in the audience, I would recommend go to Ireland. The Irish ladies will love you. Not just the accents, they do love that apparently. Not just the upside down triangle body shape that all you Lithuanian men seem to have. I say that as a sack of potatoes here. We know for what we know. But no, they're very keen on it. You will be beating the ladies off with sticks if you go over there. Literally, fighting them off with sticks. But it's not all an easy ride. I'm going to warn you now, okay? If you go over there and you decide, I'm going to find me an Irish lady. Let me tell you, so Irish ladies, they're tough. And by tough, I do mean fierce. And by fierce, I probably should say vicious. So we have 2 sports in Ireland. Well, 3 if you include drinking. And one of them is hurling. You may not know it. It's the closest way I can describe hurling, it's like a cross between ice hockey and murder. You hit the other person with the stick. And that's essentially as graceful as it gets. But, if you go over to Ireland, you decide you want an Irish one, when I said you'll be beating them off with sticks, I probably should have mentioned they will also have sticks, because the Irish ladies are very good at it. You have to be when you're dealing with Irish men. Come with your own stick, fight them up, go low, go for the knees, take them by surprise. I don't expect that. Hydration is important. It's been a really good year. I mean, I found her, you know? I mean, when you're in that situation in life, you know you're doing well for yourself. And it's got me thinking, what makes for a successful relationship? Because I've had a long, varied history before I found this one. Some of them give you good stories. I'll give you some of them. Some of them are more just reflections of yourself. But one of the things that I've found is I look for, what's been the common theme? And I hope this relationship goes the distance. I hope so, because I'm fucking married. I should get half my stuff if I decide it's not going to be the case. And I decided, actually, the common theme in all my breakups has been me. I mean, I've been there, so fuck it, it's probably been my fault somehow. And I look at it and I kind of go, well, I've been going about all my previous relationships all wrong. I've done a few things that, looking back now, if I could go back and speak to younger James, I could do things better. I've always been a case of, I would go in and I would pretend to be perfect. I would always expect the other person to then be perfect, even though I was pretending. I'd always want something out of a relationship. Sometimes I would go into a relationship saying, what can I get out of this? Which is a horrible way to start things off. To give you an example, just paint the picture a little bit. I had a period where, when I was younger, and I started getting a little bit heavier, I could say, I want to be more healthy. Do I reduce my beer and potato intake? No, I'll date a nurse and she'll fucking look after me, it'll be fine. So there's me thinking, I'm going to be healthier now. Yeah, she just gave me craps. Didn't know so well. I had a period where I wanted to be cool. I want to hang out with cool people. That's how I'll do it. So I dated a professional comedian at one point. I know, glamorous is your thing. Now that I'm up on a stage, fuck it, it's not that hard to get up here. So I thought, well, yeah, I can be with a comedian. I can have someone who will be cool. I can bask in her glow. All I learned from that one, you don't piss off someone with a microphone and an audience. That one's not really a joke, that's a warning to my wife. But incidentally, yeah, no, if ever I'm feeling too full of myself and I want to take myself down a peg just to ground myself, I can just go into her YouTube channel. Within 2 minutes, I am reminding, yeah, I was a piece of shit. But hey, we live and learn through life. So maybe looking at the past, that's not the way to go about it. I should look at the present. Why is it going so well for me now? Why do I feel like I'm happier now? Well, I'm not pretending to be who I'm not anymore. That's not the case. I'm not expecting something out of the person I'm with. I'm accepting her for who she is. That is working out really well for me. We have fun. That's it. We started off, as we went on, we started off just enjoying ourselves, having fun. And that's all you want out of life. I mean, for us, how was I to know that the happiest days of my life would have just been fingering a random woman in public out for a night of drinking and just going from there? Happiest days of my life. I'm now married a year.